Good afternoon. I'm Steve Montross, the President and CEO of CPI Card Group. And I appreciate having the opportunity to talk to you about CPI's view on the evolution of payment security, especially as it relates to cards, and to show you a concept we're working on which combines biometric technology with dual interface financial payment cards. CPI Card Group is a company with over 20 years experience serving the financial services industry. Large part of what we do is centered around card manufacturing, card personalization, and digital services. We have 8 high-secure facilities in North America and 2 facilities in the UK. We serve a wide range of financial issuers with credit, debit, and prepaid offerings. Beyond card manufacturing, we have a growing number of digital services, including print-on-demand, virtual card, and also a very successful instant financial card issuance service called Card at Once that is an installed base of over 5,000 units. Throughout our years in the payments industry, we've always put security at the top of our list of concerns. We know security is critically important to our issuing customers. So we've helped bring about the introduction of many of these technology advances, whether it's the launch of contactless cards around 2005, the introduction of EMV chip cards which brought about cryptogram-based transaction security, and also dual interface cards, which are now providing full EMV security in a contactless mode. Beyond cards, we are also seeing the use of biometrics more and more in payments as owner authentication, bringing another layer of security to payments. Mobile phones are leveraging thumbprint. We've seen that with the iPhone and also with many Android devices. Mobile phones are also using iris scan and also voice recognition. And finally, there are mobile apps that are utilizing facial recognition as well. CPI believes that we can bring biometrics to cards to create a more secure yet simpler use card product. Before going into the technology, let's discuss why adding biometrics to a dual interface card makes sense. Dual interface is all about consumer convenience. I can either dip or I can tap my card for payment. Oftentimes, tapping is faster. So how can we preserve the convenience of dual interface while at the same time increasing security? The simple answer is to create a card that delivers positive user verification in a simple, easy-to-use form. As discussed on the previous slide, or on this slide right here, we have numerous biometric identification technologies that can be used on a mobile device. But the most common payment device, by far, is the plastic card. So we need to consider whether the various biometric technologies can be well suited for cards. Facial, voice, and iris recognition requires a camera or microphone input, which is not well suited for cards. Our research has led us to focus on 2 technologies: fingerprint recognition, which is a proven technology in mobile, but new to cards, and electrocardiogram, which is a newer, very promising technology for the long term. So whichever technology is used, a key problem to solve is compatibility with the existing payments ecosystem. The introduction of the biometric did not disrupt the card issuance process, nor the payment transaction at the merchant. This slide outlines one possible scenario for card delivery and use, but certainly is not the only way it can be accomplished. Here, the consumer receives a biometrically enabled card in the same way they receive a normal card. The card carrier contains information about the biometrics, how to enroll, how to use it, etc. The card would likely have some limited ability to pay, even without the biometric enrollment. For example, swipe and pin or dip and pin would work. If the consumer wants to enable contactless and the biometrics feature, they can enroll the thumbprint onto the card by visiting a branch of their financial payment card issuer. While at the branch, the card is placed on an enrollment device and the consumer's thumbprint is captured onto the card. The consumer's thumbprint is stored only on the card, not in a database. So that's important for privacy reasons. Once the enrollment is done, the consumer can perform a tap transaction but only if the user's thumb is on the sensor on the card. Again, this is only one example, and there are some assumptions made about the card type, the compatibility of the payment terminal, and such as whether it accepts NFC and also the merchant's POS preferences. We recognize that this would not work smoothly in every case today, but it is feasible. This is all within the scope of the EMV specifications and a realistic vision of a not too distant future of card payments. So we do believe that biometrics can be a part of the future of dual interface cards. They retain the easy use while adding security. They can be easy to enroll, capturing the biometric locally on the card. They're compatible with the existing payment ecosystem. And more importantly, the cards are also battery-free. So disposition and the limited battery life are not issues. But we still have some challenges. The card contains a lot of electronics, and passing bend testing is a challenge. The card has an external sensor which must withstand the wear and tear and abrasion from use. And the component costs are still relatively high with the sensor and the additional microprocessor. But the costs are being helped by innovation and also some design changes. And we're optimistic that we can address these challenges very successfully as we continue to work on an operational or commercially producible model. In summary, we believe that there's a logical evolution for dual interface cards to adopt a better security measure such as biometric technology. We recognize the need to meet industry expectations on cost and performance, so a bit more work needs to be done on that score. We've made excellent progress to date and look forward to sharing further news about this development in the future. Thank you again for attending today and appreciate the opportunity to talk about this new concept that we're working on.